Yo guys, welcome back to another video. This is Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got a new Michigan football video for you guys. Gonna be covering more recruiting, as Michigan actually did just get 2 more recruits to add to their 2022 class, and that will mark 12 commitments in the class of 2022 already, and 5 in the last week since last Saturday. So recruiting right now doing very well, but the only downside is the only 2 recruits that we just got were 3 stars. So we kind of, went down from a 4-star to 2 3-stars, which is fine. You got to get, as much recruits as you can. And obviously these, satellite cams can show to the coaching staff, under the radar recruits. So that is probably why, we got these 2 3-star recruits. Coaching staff saw something in these guys. And so one of them is a linebacker, one of them is an offensive lineman from Canada. So we're going to be getting into everything today. So if you guys are new around here, greatly appreciate it if you could go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. Alright, so for the first guy we're going to be talking about is the linebacker Kevante Henry, and the other one is a Canadian offensive tackle, Alessandro Lorenzetti, and they both announced their decisions on Twitter. Now, Henry is a 3-star recruit in 247 Sports Composite rankings, and he actually held offers from a lot of Pac-12 schools. Obviously, he is a California native, so that's why he had multiple Pac-12 schools, trying to recruit him. And those schools included USC, Oregon, and Arizona State, those big schools in the Pac-12. And then for Lorenzetti, Michigan State, Georgia, and Penn State actually all were trying to get him. So huge to steal him from Michigan State and Penn State, obviously the Big Ten schools. So that's very cool that we got to steal him. And so yeah. Now, I did mention both of these guys are 3-star recruits, and actually Henry's commitment actually came after Jaden Denigale, from the last video on my channel, and that kind of gave him, the reason to commit here to Michigan. So that's very cool, and they must be, friends or something. And so yeah, the Wolverines have something going on here recruiting wise, and actually for the West Coast and in California, the former offensive lineman Courtney Morgan, who used to play for us, he is our director of player personnel now. We actually made another video on him as well on our channel, and he was hired in April, and he's a Los Angeles native, so that's probably why we are getting California recruits. Now, I did mention in one of my other videos that I kind of do want to see Michigan go recruiting more in Ohio and Michigan, and get players that actually care about playing in the rivalry against Ohio State, because a lot of these California recruits come in and then they just transfer right away, and I'm kind of sick of seeing that. It's just a lot of players that just come in and pretty much enter the transfer portal, and a lot of them are California natives. So hopefully, I know we are recruiting well right now, and we actually have picked up some Michigan natives and some Ohio natives as well. So very cool to see, though, the latest recruits in the 2022 class. Both of them are 3 stars. One is an offensive lineman, and the other one is a linebacker. Now, in case you guys were wondering, Lorenzetti, the offensive tackle, is 6'6", 285 pounds. So really cool there, and glad to get 2 more recruits. And like I said again, though, we now have 12 recruits in the 2022 class. Now, with both of these recruits committing to Michigan, the Wolverines 2022 class moves up to number 12 nationally and number 4 in the Big Ten. Now, previously in my last video, we also talked about this with the commitment of Jaden Denigale. Now, the nationally ranked, we were number 21 and we were number 6 in the Big Ten. Now we moved up all the way to number 12 nationally and number 4 in the Big Ten. So huge right there, and definitely more to come with the bigger recruits, hopefully, for Michigan. And hopefully we do get a couple more 4 stars, and maybe here and there a few 5 stars. But it's gonna be very hard to compete with the bigger schools. Alabama, obviously Ohio State is taking a lot of the 5 stars as well, so it's gonna be really hard to compete. But right now, I think the satellite camps do really help the coaching staff for Michigan. If you guys do not know what satellite camps are, I've talked a lot about them in my videos. They're pretty much camps where the coaching staff of Michigan, Jim Harbaugh, go, and they pretty much visit and look at high school recruits, and it helps recruiting a lot for Michigan, and it actually has been helping. And what I'm starting to think about here is probably giving the coaching staff of Michigan under the radar recruits here, and they're probably seeing these guys, and obviously they're not recruited highly from other teams, but they're probably under the radar recruits, and Michigan, the coaching staff, want to take a chance on these guys because they saw something in them. So very cool there. And yeah, 2 more recruits for Michigan in the 2022 recruiting class. Now, the last thing I will touch up on is the 5-star Walter Nolen. Now, Michigan and Georgia are both making moves here, moving up on the list for 5-star Walter Nolen. This would be a huge pickup for Michigan. He is a defensive tackle, so yeah, it would be definitely huge to pick him up. But that will pretty much wrap it all up, guys. Just a little video here regarding Michigan recruiting for football, and 2 other recruits for Michigan. And so yeah, Michigan moves up 12th nationally and 4th in the Big Ten for the 2022 recruiting class rankings. That'll pretty much wrap it all up, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.